Wendy, the creator of Next Level Board Games, which is a passion project of mine. The purpose of Next Level Board Games is to try to get more people to play more games, obviously, but to know that there are more games than what you maybe would find at say just a regular store. If you haven't met a game store owner or been to a really cool game store, you might not realize everything that's out there. And this was me about 5 or 6 years ago. I loved playing games, but I had no idea what was out there. And it took meeting the right people to introduce me to way better games. So I have been playing better games with a group of people for many years. During the pandemic, we spent a lot of time playing games because we couldn't go anywhere. And a friend of mine said, you should start blogging about games because you love the games and you love to write. That's one of my hobbies and one of my passions. And I'm already doing it for my actual job, which is I'm a co-owner of an IT consulting business. But it would be a way to reach out to people who don't necessarily know if the games are for them or if it's too much or maybe they're intimidated. And I thought, maybe I could do that. And then it sort of ate at the back of my brain over a holiday weekend. And by the end of the holiday weekend, I had a website and a blog site built. So here we are. My website is nextlevelboardgames.com and my blog site is blogs.nextlevelboardgames.com. And basically each week I'm going to push out a blog. I'm going to publish a blog that's about either a more complicated game or a starter game. And I'm going to alternate every single week because it's a little bit easier, you know, depending upon what people are looking for. They're broken into different categories like competitive games, cooperative games, like competitive, cooperative, legacy games, which you probably can't see, but Shutterstone, things like that. Legacy games are games that change as you play. You make decisions and sometimes the board changes, cards, all different kinds of changes. And I also try to document how long it takes to play. So if you are specifically looking for something like, hey, we have a 2-hour game night, so I need a game that's less than, you know, it's no more than 2 hours. I break it down into categories of less than an hour, 1 to 2, and 3+. This would be like a 3+, depending upon, it also depends upon the way that you play and how your players play. Some games, even competitive, can still be slightly cooperative, which is how we often play, so keep that in mind. Also, I will also say we are not fantastic gamers. We're not special in any way, or basically we don't play D&D. We're not playing Spirit Island and kicking its butt. It's kicking our butt. So when you're reading my blogs, you probably realize that we're just ordinary players. So hopefully that'll help you see how we kind of rate to where against where you would be playing. And if you're learning, the idea is that I'm trying to give you enough information in each blog that you would know, hey, I'm going to totally connect with that game, or that's not for me. The idea is to connect you with the right games and hopefully getting you playing more games. So each blog I have 3 sections, and there's quick links to get to them so that you, or if you're just looking for one specific thing, that you can hop right to that section. I start with a general summary that talks about kind of our overall likeness of the game and anything that maybe frustrated us, the theme, and some other things like that. Then I talk about the complexity, like what's the rule book like? Is it confusing? Does it make sense? Are there pictures? And also turns. How long is how complicated is a turn? Is there like 12 actions to choose from, or is it really just there's 2 things and it's quick? And then last but not least, I talk about the player turns. And the one thing that I think is probably slightly unique is that I talk about the one thing or one rule that you'll either miss or forget. And this happens to us all the time. We'll be playing something and all of a sudden we go, oh my gosh, how did we not know that was a rule? And it happens. And so I do try to discuss like that one thing that's really easy to like miss. And it's either like a small little footnote or it's just something that you get so caught up in the play that you completely forget it. So I do try to cover lots of things. I try to put a lot of detail. You don't have to read the whole thing. The idea again is just that you know, will I connect with this game? Does it make sense for my group, or is this not really a good choice for me? That's the entire purpose of my blogs. Quick little disclaimer, I don't have any, I'm not getting money from anybody. Nobody's sponsoring any of the content, and the content's 100% my own creation. So to summarize, basically the reason I created this passion project, Next Level Board Games, was just because I love board games and I love to write. And this brings both of the things that I really love doing outside of what I do for a living together in one place, and hopefully it will help people. And if you're interested, you can subscribe to my blog. I'll never share your information. I also don't have any ads in any of my on any of the website or the blog site or in any of the actual reviews of the games. So feel free to subscribe. I'm not going to send you tons of junk. I'm only going to have you get the blogs each week. If you have any questions or you have games that you would love to have reviewed, I'm happy to consider it. You can email me at wendy@nextlevelboardgames.com. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being on my channel.